Hey folks, this is another streamy stream. I'll have to go back through and fix my audio sometime. I'm just not liking where it's at. It's getting there though. Alright, so what were we up to yesterday? I believe we made a design, and we were noticing that when we... basically, whenever we place blocks in a certain orientation, they wouldn't work properly. So we're going to look into that. Gotta say, first load on the way back, not super promising. I'll have to see... I know there's some new settings in the newer Unity that you can turn on and off that have certain features. But, okay, so this still works, that still works. Now we still need to figure out why generating blocks let's see here. We were making a U, but we need to see why generating blocks doesn't put it on the hand. I'll figure that out next. Because it really should. Okay, so we were able to make the U that time without issue. Did I accidentally fix it? That seems unlikely. But, oh. Ah, there we go. So when we release here... So what do you figure that spot is taken on the map? Which would be under game data, I believe, is where we have it. So this block is currently 5 and -2. And moving it over 1 would put it at 4 and -2. Well, that's good. So we've got a block here. Howdy. Okay, so now we need to figure out what sequence of events leads to a block getting stuck. I have a theory. No, it's not that. Ah, there we are. Okay, so I think it's when you drop a block on another block, release, and then move it somewhere. Ooh, that was cool. Something to do with that. So, we need to look this over. There's options here. So, we could make it so that you couldn't put a block in a spot that's taken anyways, and you can only put it around there. However, because later the blocks are going to float in the air, I don't think that's necessarily useful. So instead, let's see here. So on place thing happens. We go over to the map, I believe. Attempt a placement. We currently have debugs turned off, so we can turn those on. That's good. Okay. All right. Interesting. So now it has placed it in 7, -4. We've got 6, -4. But we also have 3, which would be right here. Yes. I think we're gonna maybe add some sorting options for this list so that we can sort things by X and Y. That'll probably be one of the things we'll do. Maybe not today, but in general. Interesting. So let's start this over with just 2 blocks and see if we can have an easier time piecing it together. So we'll clear this list. And then we will delete the 2 that are in the scene currently. Generate 1. Alright, so... Was that actually -6, -6? Oh, interesting. I think it's the mouse release. When I click the button... Yeah! Oh... So you click the button and release, that generates the block, and then after that, the release goes off, which then lets go of the block. Okay. That, I think, sort of squares away that I might just make it a double press thing. But we'll see. So our map is just 2 things. And if we drag it here, still just 1 thing, as it should be. Now it's 2. 2. Remarkably consistent. I'm frankly actually surprised that the release works. I guess because when you release, you are now in a state on our input controller. So that mouse released is true. Because it's only checking... It checks just that frame. So maybe... Would this be useful? Certainly not for debugging, but I'm just curious. Alright. Let's get rid of those. Don't need them in the scene anymore. And now, if you generate another one and drop it, oh, still lands right there. Very surprising. And that would be because... What you talking about? Oh, okay. If they think that'll make it cleaner, that's fine with me. Ah, interesting. So... I guess it's something we'll come back to, because it's not a major bug right now. And this system will change over time anyways. I almost feel like the best course of action when you try to release in an occupied space is to find the nearest not occupied space and drop it there, but that might be annoying. So I won't do that. Alright, so that's why this button doesn't do what I thought it would do. Because it'll generate the block and then the mouse release. So... there's probably not really any way to fix that unless we literally had a value for just created kind of thing. So that in the same frame that the object is created. Because here's the thing, right? When we go to make the UI for the player to select these blocks and put them into the scene, they will have the same state. They'll have the same issue where they'll click and then... So, yeah, interesting. Let me look at this button. So that is on click. There is no such thing as on release for these. Surprisingly, the input system happens at the end of the frame instead of the beginning. I don't see a way to change that. I'm just looking right now to see if there is. No. Okay. Oh, huh. I forgot that the scroll view can be dragged by default. Let's see here. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Yeah, who knows? Maybe that'll end up being... Because you could also have it wait a frame. Like, you click... In fact, I'll just show you real quick. Because that may be the solution here. Object spawner button. That was unexpected. It moved me over to my Visual Studio window. So basically, public void on click, private enumerator generation routine, yield return null so that it'll wait for a frame. Oh, that little bug that's flying around is distracting me. I want to give it a good killing, but... So we'll have, it's going to be raising an event, so game event, spawn event. We'll make that equal null, just for good measure. And, thinky panic. Alright. Spawn event dot raise. This will also mean that we can set in what kind of object is going to be spawned. So that's good. For now it doesn't matter, but that'll be something we can send through. And we'll drag this here. On click. And the game event is generate block request. Now in theory, you click, and then when you release, it'll wait a frame, which will get you past the input event. And then the block will be... Nope. Let's see. Yield return, new, wait 4 seconds. I'm just checking. When in doubt. Okay, so this is actually happening because of this. Fair. Yeah, it's interesting. They got rid of basically get mouse button down, so you'd have to make your own effectively. Which is what I'm kind of trying to do here, but... Ah, there we are. Okay, so that's what it is. Go back over here. I bet we can switch this back to yield return null. Because you want it to be really fast. You don't want the user to have basically any time to break it. Not because I'm worried about cheating or anything like that, but you just don't want their UX experience to utterly collapse beneath you. Cool. That feels good. What? Oh, hey, we got a spot. So we can't put anything here? Interesting. I think it's because I'm being dumb right now. And I'm not clearing the map. Again, this wouldn't be a problem with the actual game. It's just that scriptable objects clear. I wouldn't want to do this later, but for now we'll do it. Test my theory. Generate. So what was happening is the blocks from the... Oh, that's cute. You can see it spawn here for a moment and then go to my mouse. Interesting. That's not a problem at all. We can fix that later too, but... That's what it was. Basically, my map, every time I would stop playing, would be getting saved and used. Oh yeah, this is... I could see this being quite entertaining. So now, we need some way to save and load, because you don't want to create things and you make this perfect island, the best island anyone's ever made, and you don't want it to be down. Okay, so that would mean that we need to make a loading system. Alright, so player prefs. Player pref dot save. Wait, set string. We'll call that string save data. And the value will be dun da da da. This. And debug.log. Saving. Data! Oh, oh, oh god. There we go. And then down here, we need to add a feature to the game data where it serializes everything. Let's see. Just checking. There's a line of text that I always forget when loading into scriptable objects. Because you can obviously create your own function to do it, but I prefer to just use the line that is correct. Okay, do to JSON. Was it from JSON? I'm not looking to serialize scriptable objects. I'm just looking to re-put the data. Well, okay, I kind of am trying to do exactly that, but not in the way that these websites think I'm asking. Although, if I just try and do it, it should throw the error and tell me what to do. Sometimes that's the answer. Just do it wrong, and much like the internet, Unity will generally tell you game data equals player press.get string save data. And then this would be, is it right? Right, this will get us our string. This is our data string. And then it's JSON utility from JSON overwrite. Yes! I was almost going to say molto gusto, but I guess that's probably not super great anymore since apparently Mario Batali is one of them there pests. What a shame. What a shame. I feel like you can't be a famous guy without harassing and molesting somebody, apparently. It's very flustering. Okay, so this is looking good. Now, once that data is loaded, we would fire off a game data loaded event, and then we'll go through and do the spawning and stuff like that. But first, we need to test it. This is Final Fantasy Tactics music, by the way, if you've never listened to it before. Yeah, I need to look that up. Let's see, application.enterplay mode. There's got to be a way to turn that off. Oh, hey, the top result says solution inside. Validate and fix single chain mix position. Let's see here. Ah, well, we'll go over that in a moment. Boobity boop, boobity beep, boobity bop, and all right. So we'll save, and as you can see down here, it has saved the data. We will close. We'll let it play, and this should clear out. It did. Then we'll go to load. Load. Check our game data. Hey, there it all is. Okay. Artemis is so excited she's cleaning herself. I think you're right, though. I probably should hook up a cat camera now that she's in that cactus all the time. Okay. Public void load map. So when the map is loaded, we will say for each hide ploppable in game data dot world map. Oh right, we're doing pieces. It's a pieces. So we actually need... What is the... let's go in there. F12. A piece consists of... the thing's type? Sure, that works. Block type. Pieces. Dot select. We'll just do it for int loop for now. I don't want to think. I don't want to think too hard. Thinking is for suckers. What? It's not length for dictionaries. No, let's count. Oh. Gotta think a little bit, I guess. Alright. And then from there... private catalog. Catalog. I mean, I guess technically we don't even have a list of block types yet. We just have the one. So, you know. Let's grab that code from our debug. When in doubt, steal from yourself. Okay, and then we're actually going to change this line of code to be grassblock.transform.position equals game data dot world map dot pieces I dot position, and we need to fix this real quick. New vector 3, and it's gonna be dot x 0 and dot y, just because vector 2s by default are x and y, but we actually z is up and down for us. So sorry, y is up and down for us, so we're moving along the x and the z planes. You know, as you do. Then we'll get rid of that. And okay. Lawman is getting into the section of Gotham where I'll DM you because I don't want to spoil anyone who watches this later. Okay. But it's funny to watch him be like, what? What is going on? This is madness. I'm happy. That's some of my favorite stuff that was in that. And then we need to do a onload event or on game. Yeah. So when on game loaded is called, it will do its thingy thing. That's the technical. You're not gonna scroll down? You're not gonna? Okay. Oh, yes, my lord. I'll do it the old way. And then, on the saving and loading, we needed to call that event. Ah, there we go. That's what I want to call it. Onload complete. Radius. Okay. And then on the map, the event it's listening for, it's all hooked up. So now if we open it, nothing will happen initially because it's not happening on start, but... Okay, cool. And we could even do private on application quit. Save. I think that'll work. So we click play. You wouldn't keep this on application quit in general because you don't necessarily want people saving when they leave automatically. And then click play. Ah, so close. So close. Okay, so what's happening here is it is not saving the pieces. Here we are. Okay, so that takes care of that. Takes care of that. This time it's gonna break, so it won't. There shouldn't be anything this time, I don't think. Okay. So. What a mug. Can't trust this island. It's up to something. Alright, so it saves it. Loads it. Awesome. Give him a tiny body. Little stubby legs. Close it. Reopen. Oh. Oh, he lost his face. Why did he lose his face? What a question. So. Why did he lose his face? Because he goes to add. Game data. Oh, I think what's happening is that because the data is populated, well, no, it doesn't actually make sense. What we can see here is that the, oh, I think I know what it is. Okay. Fair play. When you troll yourself like 5 minutes prior, that's pretty impressive. Okay, so now it should load with nothing. And then we'll make a I. Okay. Close it. Saves properly. Hit play. Oh, it's not there. So why isn't it there? It's not there because, again, I was an idiot. Is that even here? Yeah. Although, the overwrite should be... So maybe I just needed to remove the clear altogether. I think that's the case. I think we need to get away from that naughty, naughty clear. Even this music seems to suggest that it's something very sneaky. Doot, doot. Womp, womp, womp. Womp, 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 womp. And then we'll close. It'll save. All the data's there. And it loads. The suspense is killing me. Hey! Now we'll add a centerpiece. And we'll give it a couple antennae. I'm not even sure what it's supposed to be other than a pattern. We'll close. We'll open. Ah, so close. Let's see here. Again, world map is cleared. The game data is cleared. So it loaded. What did it load here? Loaded this. Is it that... Well, it makes sense. And then if we change this, I assume this will work. Okay, so that's working. Alright, thinking time. So we put the... why is that happening? Oh. Okay. So we have our one block. We stop playing. We play again. And it's gone. It loaded it, but it's gone. Okay, what did I not save? Game controller. Ah. If you make a code edit, you gotta actually save it. Dad, blabbit. Alright, let's try this again. We'll make the top first. Close. Reopen. Okay, still there, and we see it. Now we'll get a little more adventurous. Start filling her out. And we'll put one here for good measure. It's like the claw. Hey, okay. Got it all figured out. No more mysteries. Other than we should probably child these to something. Maybe the map itself, I don't know. It's a good question. We'll figure it out later. That's such a non-issue for now. We could probably also store the camera position, like where you last were with the camera, so that when you come back, you're, like, you know, if you build your island over here, you don't want to load up here when you come back, perhaps. That would be trivial to save. Excuse me. Okay, so now we have loading, saving and loading. We've got a block. We can move the blocks around. We fixed that bug that was happening. We can't currently zoom in and out yet. I probably won't have full 3D camera. I don't know. It'll depend on how neat our blocks become, or our buildings and stuff. Because if they're really fun, maybe you will want to be able to see all around them. I like to watch the water sort of go along the edges of the blocks. So, I'm almost wondering if I leave it there, because I'm pretty pleased, and I don't really want to get started on something else and end on a, I wouldn't say a failure, but just not being done. We'll do the camera thing real quick. Camera position. Vector 3. No, it's fine. Or actually, it won't let me do that. So yeah, vector 3, 0, because then we'll really know if we forgot to set it. Naturally, later you would set the camera position when the player releases the camera move buttons or something like that. But for now, we'll just do it. Oh, actually, that's kind of what we're about to do, huh? Now that I think about it. Private game data. Game data. And then down here, game data dot camera. I hate when it gives me the capitalized one, but that's my fault. Oh yeah, I see up there. It's ah. This is happening every frame, which is probably not a big deal. That's just assigning one value. Later we could have it check if it's actually changed or not, but so then from there we could actually we can make this stupendously simple. In the saving and loading, what you would do is well, really, actually, we can make it even easier than I was about to do, which would be, I wouldn't keep it like this, but private void start transform dot position equals game data dot position. Recognizing, now that I think about it, we probably actually want to default that value otherwise the camera is gonna, literally this very first time, it's gonna load through the floor. So that should be good. You are correct. You are correct. It's okay. Calm down. All right. All right, and then we can move down here. Stay right here. We'll close. Cool. That looks right to me. Yep. Awesome. All right. I'll leave it at that. Got the mouse saving and or the camera saving and loading to wherever you left it for now. That would probably be a setting in or who knows, maybe I'll learn the camera system that's in this. I forget what it's called. But you know that one that lets you move the camera around dynamically and stuff. You could have like zoom ins and things when you come back to your game. But for now, I think we'll leave it at that. 45 minutes, solve some problems. Nice and tight. So, thank you for watching, and if you watch on YouTube, thank you for watching there. Have a good night.